Live from the IRC television studios on the SUNY Oneonta campus, this is Oneonta News Now. I'm Joanna Weidenhammer.
And I'm Barbara Prempe.
Before we start the news, meteorologist Matthew Miles joins us with a look at the Oneonta weather cam.
Thanks, Joanna. Well, we've had a bit of a warm-up these last couple days. I'll let you know how long that's going to last after the break. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Matthew. Coming up next, we have your campus news. Stay tuned to Oneonta News Now.
Take it back.
Okay. Ready? Yeah. In campus news, Tree Campus USA has recognized SUNY Oneonta for its dedication to environmental stewardship on campus as well as in the Oneonta community. Tree Campus USA honors colleges and universities for their commitment to promoting healthy trees. To be recognized as a sustainable campus by this organization, the college had to have an established tree advisory committee, a campus tree care plan, annual expenditures for a tree program, holding an Arbor Day observance, and the sponsorship of student community service projects. SUNY Oneonta allocates $20,000 per year on tree care and maintenance. Nate Woolley, an environmental science major, worked with the association vice president for facilitating planning. Tom Rathbone, as well as the head ground supervisor, Mike Chase, to write a tree care plan for SUNY Oneonta. This program extended beyond campus and worked collaboratively with the Upper Susquehanna Coalition. This endeavor was a service learning project for students to plant trees and shrubs in stream beds located in Morris and Cooperstown.
SUNY Oneonta's implementation of the medical amnesty policy has resulted in an increase of medical calls from students during alcohol and drug-related emergencies. The college medical amnesty policy was put into place to allow for students to feel more comfortable calling for help without fear of punishment, according to Franklin Chambers, the college vice president of student development. Stated, unquote, "We don't want students to be afraid to call for help in what could possibly be a life-threatening situation," unquote. Before the program was initiated in 2013, emergency calls and drug or alcohol-related issues ranged from 20 to 30. However, in the past 3 years, the number of calls have remained above 70. Just last year, the Oneonta State Emergency Squad, more commonly referred to as OSIS, responded to over 250 calls. After OSIS volunteers responded to a call, the details of the incident are reviewed by student development. Amnesty is granted based on the conditions of the student. Students are then required to attend the Health and Wellness Center for a follow-up psychoeducational intervention. College officials feel this program will help better educate students and make sure they call for help for themselves or friends when needed.
SUNY Oneonta co-ed a cappella group Hooked on Tonics will be representing our school on February 25th in Troy, New York for this year's ICCAs, the International Championship of Collegiate A Cappella. The group has been working hard all semester to prepare a great set list of music for the competition on Saturday. Their performance has to be a maximum of 12 minutes, including choreography. They will be judged against other local schools, including Purchase College, University at Albany, SUNY New Paltz, and the College of St. Rose, just to name a few. The set list Hooked on Tonics came up with will include All Time Low by John Bellion, I Want It That Way by the Backstreet Boys, and a Michael Jackson mashup. All of the songs have been arranged by the group. Vice President Emily Colbert stated, quote, "It's been a great experience rehearsing and getting ready for the competition. We have worked really hard and have come a long way," unquote.
Thanks, Joanna. We have your local entertainment news when we come back. Stay tuned to Oneonta News Now.
My love, she keeps are neighbors and best friends.
I love my sister.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
Our family is no less than any other family.
We're back with your local entertainment news update with Samantha Johnson. What's going on this week on campus, Samantha?
Well, there's a really fun event going on. Not fun, but regarding the Holocaust, which is nice. And the theater department is putting on a show this weekend, so that should be good. But let's take a closer look at what's going on in Oneonta. The 2017 Student Diversity and Leadership Conference will take place this Saturday, February 25th at 5 p.m. The theme for this conference will be Inclusion, Leading in a World of Differences. It will take a look at how people view and interact with leaders in our world, schools, and communities, as well as how to bring a more inclusive environment to everyone. The keynote speaker this year is Michael Benitez Jr., a national social justice educator and activist scholar. He is also known for his down-to-earth, insightful commentary and critical perspectives on social and cultural issues. The event will take place at Hunt Union. This weekend, the Red Dragon Theater will be screening the film Assassin's Creed. The main character, Callum Lynch, will unlock his genetic memories through revolutionary technology in which he experiences the adventures of his ancestors in 15th century Spain. Callum discovers he is descended from a mysterious secret society and amasses incredible knowledge and skills to take the oppressive and powerful Templar organization in the present day. The film will be playing Friday through Sunday at 6:30 p.m. and 9 p.m. with a special screening on Sunday at 1 p.m. Tickets are free for SUNY Oneonta students and $3 for all others. The SUNY Oneonta History Club is hosting a movie showing of Gray Zone this Thursday from 6:30 to 10 p.m. The movie is based on the Holocaust during World War II. Students will be accompanied by Professor Freeman, who specializes in the Holocaust in Nazi Germany. She will be hosting a discussion before and after the movie. The film will be played in the Red Dragon Theater. All are welcome to attend. In other news, SUNY Oneonta's Theater Department and the Mask and Hammer Theater Club will perform Colony Collapse in the Hamblin Theater in the Fine Arts Building. The play is directed by Andrew Kell, and performances will take place on February 24th and 25th at 8 p.m. and on the 26th at 2 p.m., as well as March 1st and 2nd at 8 p.m. Tickets can be purchased in advance at Hunt Union and are free with a student ID or $5 for general admission. That's exciting. I feel like they always put on such great shows, so I'm sure this will be just as good.
Yeah, definitely. Looks good.
Coming up, we have your local news. Stay tuned to ONN.
Hey, you okay? Everybody's kind of worried about you.
No, I'm not okay.
In local news, a child pornography complaint led New York State Police to the village of Sydney. Both Justin and Jessica Crandell were arrested and charged upon investigation. The New York State Police's investigation revealed that both Justin and Jessica Crandell had sent sexually explicit pictures of a young child to another person. 28-year-old Justin Crandell was charged with the following crimes: rape in the first degree, promoting sexual performance by a child, endangering the welfare of a child, and criminal possession of a controlled substance. Following the arrest of Justin Crandell, an additional arrest was made in the case after authorities opened an investigation of his wife, 27-year-old Jessica Crandell. She was charged with a criminal sex act in the first degree and endangering the welfare of a child. Both parties were arraigned in the village of Sydney court and were remanded to Delaware County Jail.
Delaware County's 5th annual $1 Billion Rising campaign event took place this past Tuesday with the help of SUNY Delhi and the Delaware Opportunity Safe Against Violence program. The goal of the program was to raise awareness of domestic violence towards women. The event was held at the Commons inside of SUNY Delhi's Farrell Hall, which included a dance led by Sharon Richard Morgan, who is a local fitness instructor. T-shirts were given to each participant in attendance. The 1 Billion Rising event was launched in 2012 and has been the largest campaign to end violence towards women in history by rising, dancing, and distributing in hope to call to action and attention to intolerance of violence, according to the campaign's website. The Delaware Opportunity Safe Against Violence program assists victims of sexual assault, domestic violence, stalking, and other crimes. For more information, contact the Safe Against Violence program.
New York State Senator Tony Avella has proposed the Clean Snow Law. This piece of legislation would fine drivers for not cleaning their cars off the snow before driving. Drivers would be required to remove snow accumulation from the hood, windshield, and top of their vehicles before hitting the roads. Drivers may face fines that range from $75 to $200. If snow is not removed and results in injuries or property damage, fines could be in the thousands. Avella, who is a senator for the 11th District on New York State, expect this law will reduce the number of car accidents that occur due to the snow debris that fly off cars during driving. This ordinance is currently waiting to be passed by the Senate and the State Assembly.
The Farmers Museum, located in Cooperstown, has announced that Sundays will be celebrated the old-fashioned way by participating in fun and sweet activities for all ages. Sugaring Off the Sundays will be a weekly event at the museum. This special event will start each week with a pancake breakfast, followed by maple sugar demonstrations, as well as various observations of the craftspeople in the blacksmith shop. Attendees of Sugaring Off the Sundays will also be able to taste hot maple syrup drizzled over snow, in addition to rides on the Empire State Carousel. Otsego County maple producers will be setting up shop at the Farmers Museum to sell their maple products, as well as answer questions. Children will also be able to enjoy the Children's Barnyard, which includes chickens, turkeys, sheep, horses, cows, and giant rabbits. Head to the Farmers Museum to satisfy your sweet tooth and enjoy a fun Sunday.
Oneonta Mayor Gary Herzig praised the efforts of city employees to quickly address a problem brought to his attention at a recent Common Council meeting. At the meeting earlier this month, a couple of residents made him aware of their difficulties at city bus stops and walkways after the snow pile-ups that formed. Citizen of the city requested the Oneonta Transit Director Paul Patterson and City Engineer Greg Mattis to address the issue. Patterson said the city and the Otsego partnered in addressing the issue. The city agencies came up with a plan that included his department clearing certain spots and the city's Department of Public Service clearing others. The most recent snowstorm showed the plan's effectiveness. The Oneonta Public Transit buses were instructed to drive department employee Chris Jameson to a number of spots that he in turn shoveled out. This was in addition to other efforts put forth by the city departments, according to Patterson. Herzig praised Patterson's initiative to work with the Otsego and formulate such an effective plan. Herzig said, quote, "It is important that everyone is able to access public transportation. I commend him for that," unquote. Patterson was glad to be part of the initiative. Well, it's just great that they really got the snow out of there for people to get to places that they need to go.
Yeah, because it's difficult to travel when there's snow all around.
Yeah, definitely.
When we come back, Matthew Miles will take a look at your 5-day weather forecast. Stay with us.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Welcome back to Oneonta News Now. Let's find out what the weather has in store for us this week with our meteorologist, Matthew Miles.
Thanks, Joanna. Well, it's been a little warm these last couple of days. Definitely enjoyable, able to get out. Unlike February weather for Oneonta, so a nice surprise. Our current temperatures are at 53 degrees, so it's still relatively warm with mostly cloudy skies. During the day we saw partly cloudy, some breaks of sun, but it's starting to cloud up a little as the next low front moves in. But our wind speeds are down to 5 miles per hour, so we're not having as many windy, gusty moments, so that's nice as well. We get a couple of breaks here and there. As for tonight, We got a low of 40 degrees with still cloudy skies and still a low wind speed of 3 miles per hour till even less at times calm than none, which for Oneonta is like a miracle. So the warm temperatures along with limited wind is accounting for a lot of good things as far as the weather is concerned here. As for tomorrow, we get into 60s, so better get your shorts out and enjoy the last remaining weather because it's February. It's not supposed to be like this. There's a 30% chance of rain tomorrow, later in the afternoon after 5 o'clock, with wind speeds about 5 to 9 miles per hour. So we'll see it start to pick up a little as the low pressure system moves in. As for tomorrow's high temperatures, Oneonta 60, Albany 62. Up in Saranac Lake, they think it's summertime. It's 53 degrees. Like, they're not used to that at all. Buffalo 58. Jamestown 60, down to New York City 64. So a nice overall day for tomorrow. Enjoy the day before the showers start to push in. Tomorrow night 45 with cloudy skies and then chance of showers after 10 p.m. 50% chance, and it'll increase to about 70 by Friday morning. So wind speeds are back down to 5 miles per hour, so the calm before the storm type of deal occurring there. As for your 5-day outlook, you got 61, 58, with a chance of a thunderstorm even on Saturday. A lot of humidity starting to come in. Then we get into Sunday, Saturday and Sunday, looking for snow, rain. Oh, we're back to Oneonta weather, 33, 36, and not a warm up until 41 on Tuesday. So we're getting back to normal. Let's check in with Yvonne Bennett outside of our studio to get our real field weather for this evening. Yvonne? What's the weather?
Hi, Matt. Right now you can see that everyone is pretty much in coats because the temperature has dropped into the high 40s. Right now we have a current temperature of 47, but into tonight we do see those low temperatures fall into the low 40s with partly cloudy skies, and unfortunately tomorrow those clouds stick around and we get into the temperatures of about 60 degrees, which is pretty good, but make sure you bring your umbrella just in case it rains. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Yvonne. Norma McCorvey, also known as Jane Roe, according to the U.S. Supreme Court case Roe v. Wade, has passed away after suffering a heart alignment at the age of 69. Norma McCorvey leaves behind a complicated legacy. During the 1973 Supreme Court case, McCorvey adopted the name Jane Roe that ruled in favor of the legalization of abortion and female reproductive rights. In McCorvey's personal interest, she was unable to reap the benefits of the 7-2 ruling by the Supreme Court. By the time the case was ruled, her baby was more than 2 years old and was given up for adoption. Her reasoning behind fighting this infamous lawsuit was her hope to gain the ability to legally and safely end a pregnancy if she or any woman did not want it. She later reversed her position when she became a born-again Christian and a pro-life activist. McCorvey petitioned the Supreme Court to overturn the case in 2005. Her request was ultimately denied.
Amazon said Monday that it will hire 5,000 new employees in the UK. The e-commerce giant, which already employs 19,000 full-time workers in the UK, said it plans to hear from a wide range of positions, including software developers, engineers, technicians, managers, and human relations specialists. Amazon is also looking for flight test engineers to work on its highly anticipated drone delivery program. The company has an arrangement with the British government to test drones. Amazon completed its first ever drone delivery in the UK in December. The commitment is not just new jobs. Amazon will also open a new head office this year in the hip East London neighborhood of Shoreditch. The company boosted the number of full-time and part-time workers it employs globally by nearly 50% in 2016 to 341,000. That figure does not include the tens of thousands of contractors and temporary workers it hires during busy times of the year.
The international toy manufacturer Mattel has released its newest invention at the Toy Industry Association Annual Fair in New York City this past weekend. Mattel announced their newest toy will be a digitally rendered interactive Barbie called the Hello Barbie hologram. According to the company, this product will be hitting stores in late fall this year and will be priced at under $300. The hologram's Barbie lives inside a plastic container and is active 24 hours a day as long as the toy stays plugged in. The Hello Barbie features an active voice and the ability to change her appearance, including her clothes and skin tone. Barbie also connects to the internet and is able to hold conversations, teach dance moves, and deliver animated weather reports. The Jacob Javits Center, located in New York City, opened its doors to thousands of toy professionals and guests to experience the 14th annual event hosted by the Toy Industry Association. Those in attendance were able to see the innovative toys and games before they hit the shelves.
Starting this past January, all the electric trains in the Netherlands were powered by 100% by clean, renewable wind energy. In 2015, Dutch railway companies teamed up with Eneco, the sustainable energy company responsible for providing most of the natural gas, electricity, and heat in the Netherlands. Since trains create exponentially more carbon emissions than cars, the company set a goal for their transportation to be 100% powered by renewable energy by 2018. Completion of the goal 1 year ahead of schedule is reportedly thanks to the construction of new wind farms in Finland, Belgium, and the Netherlands. The Dutch train company, NS alone, ferries over 600,000 people per day. That's about the same amount of energy that is used by all of the households in Amsterdam.
Thanks, Joanna. Stay tuned to ONF for your weekly sports update with Austin Tiedebaum.
Don't wait. Communicate.
Welcome back to Oneonta News Now. Austin, how did our Red Dragons fare in the first round of the SUNYAC tournament?
Well, we got some good news. We got some bad news. Good news is the boys are winning. Bad news is the women lost.
Oh,
but
shoot.
As always, there's a lot to talk about when it comes to sports, so let's get right to it. The Los Angeles Lakers named Magic Johnson president of operations on Tuesday after returning to the organization as an advisor earlier in the month. The Lakers relieved Mitch Kupchak of his duties as general manager. Magic Johnson said, quote, "It's a dream come true to return to the Lakers as president of basketball operations. Since 1979, I've been a part of the Lakers nation, and I'm passionate about this organization. I will do everything I can to build a winning culture on and off the court," unquote. Congrats to Magic, and hopefully with all of your achievements, you can rebuild the Lakers. The 66th All-Star Game took place last week with the West beating the East 192 to 182 in a historic All-Star Game. The game established records for total points with 384, most points in one quarter, most field goals with 162, most assists with 103, as well as most assists by one team. The East set a rather dubious record, establishing a new high score by a losing team for the third consecutive season. Also, Anthony Davis was named MVP of the All-Star Game. Davis took 39 shots, sinking 26 shots. Both of these stats are now All-Star records. In Red Dragon sports, men's basketball move on to the SUNYAC tournament. The SUNY Oneonta men's basketball team built itself a 20-point halftime lead en route to an 89-73 victory last night against SUNY Geneseo. In the court of the SUNY, Oneonta is now 16-10 and will make its first trip to the semifinals since 2010, where they will face the number 2 seeded Brockport Golden Eagles on Friday at 5:30 p.m. at Brockport. The women's basketball team, however, was defeated by SUNY Brockport in their quarterfinals matchup in the SUNYAC tournament last year. The Dragons fell to Golden Eagles 674. Never senior Kara Adams scored her 3-point basket for her career at SUNY Oneonta. Adams is the only woman in program history to achieve this milestone. Adams played her final game for the SUNY Oneonta with a broken bone in her foot and was even the leading scorer for the Red Dragons with 14 points. For the Golden Eagles, Hannah Redbaum was a force to be reckoned with leading Brockport with 19 points. Brockport will advance in the SUNYAC Championships to play New Paltz at this Friday at Geneseo. Congratulations to the SUNY Oneonta women's basketball team on a hard-fought season on over a record 15-11. In women's swimming and diving, sophomore Julia Lowettle and freshman Kelly Carey highlighted the performances at this year's SUNYAC Championship for the women's and the men of SUNY Oneonta. Both won para-conference titles while setting new school records in the process. Overall, the women's finished fourth with 391 points, while the men finished in 8th place, scoring 264.5 points. And that's it for your weekly sports update on Oneonta News Now.
Thanks, Austin. Join us again next time for your up-to-date news, sports, weather, and more. I'm Barbara Prempe.
And I'm Joanna Weinhammer. This is Oneonta News Now. Have a good night.